pan player, pan man from way back. And this project has been in the makings for a long time, probably, I would say at least 10 years, because with Calvin Jones, Frankie McIntosh, and we did a Lincoln Center gig, might seem like 10 years or 8 years ago, and went over well, and I've been threatening to record some of the stuff for years. For whatever reason, we never got a chance to do it, and this summer I said, I'm definitely doing it, and as fate would have it, Sheldon was around. Sheldon's a guy I know from a kid, and great drummer, so he played with us a couple of times. I should have came. When I heard him play, I was like, yeah, now is the time to do the recording. So that kind of brings us here.
So what's the name of the project?
The
Album?
project didn't really have a name, at this point. So not sure. We're just really trying to kind of show the power and the possibilities of the calypso genre and the pan genre. Trying to use them in non-traditional type of settings, trying to explore some jazz stuff, some traditional calypso, kind of flipping the role where calypso becomes a jazz, and eventually you may take a jazz and it becomes a calypso, showing that synergy and that kindred spirit with all of the music from the African diaspora. So that's kind of what's been driving it, for me anyway.
Yeah, I know you've been paying tribute to some of the past calypso masters, if you will, like Kitchen, maybe Sparrow. I didn't hear the whole albums yet, but so far it's been very interesting. And the arrangements elusive. You don't know where the songs are going. I think that you have a gem on your hands. So is it a collective thing here happening, or were there special arrangements done by anybody particularly, or was it just a feel like you guys just created and it just gel?
No, the arrangements done by Frankie McIntosh.
Well,
he calls it a sketch, but it's like you said, it's elusive. It's elusive to me too, and I've been seeing some of the charts for a couple of months. So Frankie is the mind behind the arrangement, but everyone brings their individual perspective. So it's not written in stone, but it's written in a different language, though. That's fun and challenging. So
yeah, I sort of know that Frankie was behind it. That's why he said that. Which will probably give him a chance to talk on it and say, anything you may want to say regarding the project.
Well, picking up on the arrangement, an arrangement is, in a sense, an abstraction until it's brought to life by performers. And with players like Calvin, Garvin, Sheldon. As you could hear today, I was quite pleased that it was actually, brought to life in the sense that I intended. So I think it was necessary for Garvin to do this project because there's several pan albums out there, but this one lends a different dimension. By virtue of Calvin's style and by virtue of what the other players bring to the project. So hopefully it will fall on receptive ears.
Yeah, my name is Sheldon. I'm just happy to be here. And I'm of Caribbean heritage. My family's from Trinidad, so the steel pan is very much a part of my life. And unfortunately, I pick drums, so it's different. It's a more American instrument, but I'm still connected with the steel drum.
Well, in this case, I would say, fortunately for these guys, you chose drums. So.
You're right.
Yeah,
I'm just happy to be here.
Well, I've been working with Frankie and Garvin now for about 10 years. And what was really interesting about the stuff that we played was that Frankie made the arrangements, but we were able to sort of have our input, but not input just from a rehearsal point of view. There's a place that we play, because the space is called Sugarcane. and we sort of bounce off some of the ideas that and things that ways in which we feel in which the arrangement things we want to add to the arrangement. And Garvin is very open with ideas. You know, Sheldon was able to bring ideas to the project, and Frankie's also very open with not having arrangements that are sort of well, this is the way it goes. You know, he's sort of very open to, you know, our giving our individual input, which was, you know, very, very, you know, very rewarding for me.
Well, what I've noticed that what's making the music flowing so well is that there are no egos here. And once you check your egos at the door, then the music just gels. And part of playing music is you humble yourself, and when humility steps in, then you get great music. And I've heard that here tonight. Even though when I go back in the studio and listen, I hear the full thing. But just being here and just hearing faint pen and piano mostly and drums and bass. And when you go back inside, the project is like, it's like, wow. I mean, it's really good. And I think that you got something here on your hands that once you do the proper promotion and marketing, it would be something that people would want to buy. And that's from my perspective as a musician and marketing and perspective. But I think that these songs alone are really well chosen. You know, they weren't just anything like Fly By Night stuff. It was like good classical stuff. So I think for what it's worth, you know, it could only go further from here. So you have a release date in mind, or?
I have a release year, so my target is to have it pressed by the end of the year. So we did 4 songs today. All of them are going to be keepers, so probably do another 4 and then maybe 2 more. So yeah, sometime this year, you know, God's willing, it'll be on the market.
Yeah, well, wish all your best on this, and keep doing what you're doing.
All right, thanks
so much.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, the only place from here is up.
Yeah,
Thank you.